Okay, friends, I gotta ask you guys a question. I don't always look at the big picture. Sometimes I say things to people that I guess ends up hurting their feelings, but my wife's best friend has a son. She has 2 sons, but the one in particular was born 3 days after my middle boy, Levi, which I think you guys have met him. Anyway, so they pretty much grew up together, you know, anyways, point to it being is divorced, mom and dad. So whenever he'd get in trouble at mom's house, he'd go to dad's because, you know, you did it at your mom's, not mine, so I can't do anything about it. And then vice versa. 23 years old, no job, no car. He is a damn good little BMX rider. But he's 23 years old. And if he was gonna be highly successful at riding BMX bikes, it would have happened a couple of years ago. Not saying he shouldn't ride them, but it's time to grow up and get a job. So, here's what I need to know. He was at my house last night. I get home from work. I'm working under the yarder, and then I'm shovel logging at night. Or processing, whatever they need to do. And, it's like I said, he doesn't have a job, so his car's broke down, and he's riding his bicycle, the one he races. I come in the house, and here this bicycle is in my front room. And I said, what the hell is that thing doing in my house? And he just looks at me. And I go, get it out. And he goes, I can't. Why can't you? It's an expensive bicycle. I don't leave it outside. So I said, listen, get it out, because if I take it out, you're not going to be happy with where I put it. And he got all Twitter pated about it, and then after he left, my wife was like, that was kind of rude. Was it rude? I mean, do I have to let somebody else's bicycle in my house? I don't even let my own damn kids bring their bicycle. But for God's sakes, we wipe our dogs' feet before they come back in the house because me and the wife don't want mud on the floor or mud on our furniture. I don't want... am I wrong? Would you... I have a fully fenced, gated backyard. There's no reason why that bike couldn't have went in the backyard. I don't live in a high crime area or in that big of an area where there's that much activity that somebody could slip in and take off with that bike being unnoticed. Was I rude? Am I wrong in this situation? Because I don't really feel like I was. And if I was, then I'll call him and tell him I'll do it again if you bring that damn bike to my house again. So let me know how you guys feel about that. What the hell is pulling back on me? Yeah, I just slacking the guy lines. Sorry, slacking the guy lines.
Good right there. Guy lines should be alright. They usually got into trees, I don't think.
Ted Barr, I gotta go load that truck, so I'll leave it up to the boys. That one should be on the rock, the front. Get that front and those 2 fronts. This one should be on it. Yeah, any of it. Wood's wood. Well, I know, but we gotta get that yarder up. You should be able to reuse the same guy lines, except for you may have to. That tree right there, if it's in the way, get rid of it. Because it's going to be in my way, too. I'm assuming it's going to be in the way. Can you fall it out that way? Make sure you mark it. I gotta ask what holds the trailer on. So if you watch when I left, it's got one set of tires in front of the bunks and one set of tires behind the bunk. And then the Stinger goes up there, right up in that trough. And then they'll take a binder and a small chain if it's a real bumpy road or if the guy's a real fast driver, and chain it down, because he gets to bouncing, that Stinger will jump up in the air and slap the top of the cab. This rock is so big that I can come over, Jeff. Being a fresh road, he's having a little bit of trouble. I like this guy too. He's a good old boy. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by he processes the limbs into the chipwood. So he's going to take a saw log off of this cedar. Now watch, he'll swing right over. That's my chip deck. See, he's going to swing right over it, and then all the limbs. So every time I reach out there to grab them, I grab a whole handful of limbs. I even cleaned the whole area out, and I laid a big chunk across there this way, so the butts or the tops would be up in the air. That way the brush should fall out. And for whatever reason, he moved it. Let's see if he'll do it again. This one's pretty clean, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Come on, one more. Making me look stupid. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm not looking right at that bar. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice dirty one. See, now watch. He's going to go. See that? He drags it right across. Look at all the brush right on top of my chipwood now. And I've asked him and asked him and asked him. Why did see? See what he's doing? See it? Did you see it? I'd much rather have him do that onto the Zach, oh my God, onto the saw logs, because at least the saw logs I could knock the brush out real easily. You know, when you're picking up a log that's 3 to 5 inches, you want to pick a whole bunch of them up at a time. I don't get it. I absolutely don't understand it. Faster! God damn it! Faster, faster, faster! There you go! Give it to me! Quit slowing down! Up! Is that the last one? Alright, so we got my pickup back, thank God. I did, when I showed you guys the white one the other day, the Jeep cans are not for fuel. These are hydraulic. All of them are hydraulic except for the green one is motor oil. I do have a 110-gallon fuel tank here. That's what I'm doing now, is getting fuel. And then, yes, I have a first aid kit there, and I have a first aid kit under the seat in the pickup. And then my spill kit. Extra set of filters for my loader, you know, and then all the other normal stuff. Big wrenches for the big hoses. toolbox for the yarder, chainsaw, obviously, some extra motor oil and whatnot, axe and a shovel for fire season. But yes, these are hydraulic and motor oil, and I have a fuel tank in the back. Oh, I was throwing firewood in today and broke my cheapo toolbox. Oh well. Alright, I just wanted to clear that up a little bit.